is always good. So if you guys want to get started, let's get started. So you can choose to just, take notes. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you guys can kind of see what it is that I'm doing. Now, just so you guys know, I am actually working off my laptop today, but it has the same functions. If I was in front of my client, I would be using my iPad because it's easier to display. But because I'm at home, I can use my laptop because it does the same thing. So for those of you that don't have an iPad and want to use your laptops, you can. It has the same, this particular system has the same functions. So you're able to do that. Now, if for those of you, I don't know how many of you guys have used Cloud CMA?
I haven't. I only signed up for it, but I never really use it.
Okay. So Cloud CMA is it's a free benefit to us as agents. It is included in our MLS dues, so that's a huge plus for us. So I always look for stuff that's free for us to use before I go out and pay for it and stuff like that. So I really like Cloud CMA just because the reports come out really nice and you can customize them. You can create them to look, whatever your style is, because everybody's unique and different in their own ways. So what I love about it is you can customize it to, to display how you like. So that's one of the main reasons that I like it. But just to show you guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you guys can see.
On my screen, it says waiting and it looks like it's loading something. Is that normal or my?
I don't know. What do you guys see? I don't see what you guys see because I'm looking at something else.
I can see
Yeah, I see. Yeah, but in the middle, I have the loading thing and it's going around and it says waiting.
Maybe it's a connection on your end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see your screen now.
Okay. So you guys can see me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me go here. So when you log into the MLS, this is what it looks like. So you have two ways to get to Cloud CMA. If you notice, you have it here. So if you wanted to go directly into it, all you would do is click it. It'll take you directly there. Or you can go in through the matrix here. And then what it does is it takes you here to, so you can do your search. Okay, so that way it'll allow you to do some type of search. So what happens is, let's just say, for instance, you get a phone call, someone who's looking at, wanting to know more or less what their home is valued at. Or you want to be able to, provide, comparables to maybe your farm or whoever, whoever's looking for one. So you can, go in here, do a search. I'm just going to go over an old search that I did just because it makes it easier for me. So let's see. I'm just going to go down an old search that I did. So here I searched for, I had a client call me on Sunday wanting to know, or Saturday wanting to know the value of their home. So I did, a search just like you normally would, when you're looking for properties, for comps. So what you're going to do is you're going to select the properties that you want to use, by selecting here, which is probably something that you guys are used to doing. So what you're going to do is, if you want to use Cloud CMA, you're going to go down here and select Cloud CMA. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So when you select Cloud CMA, it's going to take all of those listings into Cloud CMA. So now I'm in Cloud CMA. Now, once I'm in here, if you have not created your profile yet, this is where you're going to do it. So if you see up in the right-hand corner, you'll see my picture up here. If you click on that, it's going to say account settings. So you'll click on the account settings, and here is where you're going to click or install all of your information. So your profile, your contact, your password, you can link it with your MLS. You can insert custom pages. custom pages. For instance, I have my resume uploaded, I have this seller's roadmap, and then I have a seller's action plan that I like to include with my CMAs. So if you already have that, you can do it there, or you could even do here where it says client or client testimonials or agent resume. You can go in here on each one and you can actually edit any of the words if you wanted to. You can upload or, you know, insert whatever it is. If you want to write about your company, about your marketing plan, you know, a cover letter, whatever it is, you can, you know, customize it to whatever you want. The integrations here, if you have accounts with any of these, you can add them in. Like for me, I have Zillow, Zillow testimonials. So because of that, I inserted my screen name for Zillow. So now my testimonials also get printed with my my CMAs or my reports, because it also does buyer reports as well. So that's basically that. And like I said, the billing you don't have to worry about because it's included in your MLS fees. So once you've filled all of this out, your account settings, you'll be good to go. So we'll go back here to the CMA, to where we were to create the CMA, right? So let me go back to the matrix so I can import it again. So here I'm going to import this. Now, if I wanted to change my listings, I could. If I needed to add another MLS number or something because I missed, I can always add it down here. If I did not want to use any of the MLSs that I use, I would just delete it. And then I can come over here, select this, and this is what they call it quick and dirty, because they basically pull their own leads. So if you are in a huge hurry, or let's just say you're at an open house or something where you don't have the time to really search the property, but you just want to give them something really quickly, then you can use this option, and then it'll pull up all the comps as well. So you have the choice of putting in your own MLS or allowing them to do the search for you. So that would be your option at that point, whatever it is that you wanted to do. So here, what you're gonna do is you always wanna name your CMA, because once you start using this, you're gonna have so many, you wanna know, you know, when you look at it, because it looks like a dashboard, you wanna be able to know what is what. So here we'll just put new Fontana seller, or whatever their name is. You wanna put their name, but I'm just giving you an example. And then here we would put the property address. So it'll pull up the square footage and all that good stuff. So here we go, I found the property, select it. Sometimes there's tax data that is not found. So if it is not found, then you would just input the square footage, beds, baths, so that way it can find, you know, like properties. And here you have the option to change your cover photo. So if you do have a picture of a property or of something else that you want to put there, you can upload your own photo. If not, it'll default for you. And so once you just fill out this basic information, the next thing would be to fetch listings. So what it's going to do is it's looking for the listings for us. And I'm going to look to see if I even like these particular comps, because this is the one that we asked them to generate. So the purple indicates the property in question, and then the other ones, red is sold, the orangey color is pending, this is canceled, so backup, and then, you know, they're all different. So just here's your guide over here of what it is. So personally, I really don't care for the comps that they use, but you do have the option here. You can remove it if you just simply unselect it. You can take out that comp. Let's say you're looking at the square footage and it just doesn't line up with what you're looking for. You can take it off. Or let's say it's a short sale or something and it's sold really low. You can take it off so it doesn't mess with your averages and your, you know, all of your summaries. So, but I'm going to go back really quick because I truly do not like this report. I'm going to come back here and do it again. I'm going to show you if now that I selected my comps, I'll just put my seller, so that it's a different one. And that way you guys can see that. Tell me if I'm going too fast. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Awake. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep my listings that I selected here and not use their option. So if I go here, again, to fetch listings, same thing. I'm gonna look for the properties that I looked for. So I like these obviously because I picked them because I'm looking for what truly sold and what's, you know, what's still available. So, and what's in escrow. So here is my property again, like I mentioned. And then this is all the activity, you know, surrounding that particular property. So again, I'm gonna go down here and see if there's any that I want to remove or anything because my subject property is 1132 square feet. So of course I wanna be, you know, close to that. So I wanna make sure that everything pretty much lines up with the square footage, which it looks like it does. It looks great. Again, if you skip one, you can always add a listing here. So the next thing that you want to do, once you're good with your comps and you're happy with those, you can go to customize. Now, just so you know, once you customize, you can create a template and you'll never have to do it again. So that's the nice thing. You'll be able to skip the customization each time because you'll have it already, you know, done. So here where it says your CMA report theme, you have the option to choose the theme you want to use. So you can, you know, change your colors depending on your company you work with. And then, and they do have, some do have, you know, like there's Remax brands, there's some that do have different themes that you can choose. But let's just say you want to use, I don't know, let's just use modern blue and red. I'll choose that theme. That's what I want to use. And then you choose the layout, how you want the pictures to look, you know, the font you can change if you want a cover sheet, how you want that. You can change all of the information on this side. It gives you the different content. By just clicking it, it allows you to add more stuff. So do I want to add more photos? Here's the testimonials. Do I want to make sure, you know, my testimonials are on there? Because right now, this is basically what it looks like. So you can add or you can take away. It's just really up to you, whatever it is that you want. So if I want to add my Zillow testimonials, and here's my custom pages. If I want to add my resume, the roadmap, the seller's action plan, let's just say I want to take away the seller's net sheet because I don't want to put that on there. You just, again, go next to it. I don't want to, you know, talk about that. I'll take this out, you know, whatever it is you want to take out, or you can add. You know, it's whatever makes the most sense to you. You can go through here, and depending on the listing, your seller might, you know, have stressed something that's more important than something else. So maybe you can find some information that would answer those questions, you know, for them, and then include that in your CMA. So once I'm happy with how my report is gonna, you know, what it's gonna include, again, I would take the time to read through everything just to make sure that you guys know what everything contains. Because a lot of it is valuable information and some of it isn't so valuable. So it's just gonna be up to you and what you're trying to accomplish. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna select publish. Once you hit publish, it's gonna create it for you here. So if you notice, you have, you can view it in PDF format. So if you wanted to, you can email it to them. If, let's just say you're not online with them, but you want to email it to them, this is what it looks like. So it's going to say, you know, the property address, you know, their name will be here, you're selling. And then here's the letter that, you know, that's written out to them. Again, you can customize it yourself, however you like it. And then this just goes down here and goes over, you know, information about me or you, and then what is a CMA. Again, it's everything that you included in your report. Here's a copy of the comparables, and here's their legend, so they know, you know, what it is that they're looking at. This is their subject property. So again, they've seen how it compares to the others. And then it just goes in detail about summary about, you know, the price per square foot, the sold date, and, you know, comparing properties so they can see, you know, right next to each other what it is. Here is the sold, pending, active summaries. And then again, here it talks about the listings. So now it goes over every property that's, you know, like it, and it'll show pictures if there's pictures, which is nice. And then I'll just go down because there's so many, this is so many pages because there's a lot of listings. So you go all the way down, and then when you go down here, here's your analysis, and then the analysis again goes down. Now it breaks it down from sold, pending, active, and it gives them days on market, you know, how many listings are included in this average here. So that way you know, and you can compare the difference between the three. And then this lets them know that the homes that we compared have all sold for above their list price, which is great, you know, and they all took an average day of 11 days on the market. So definitely looks good for this particular seller if they price it right. This talks about why, you know, they need a professional agent. And again, these you do not have to include. It's up to you if you want to include all of this, you know, all of this literature for them to read. So it's just really, really up to you guys, guidance. And then it just gives them all valuable information. Now, if you guys link your Zillow reviews, this is what it would look like. So it says my ratings and reviews, and then it goes over everyone that's reviewed me, well, not everyone, but it gives them a good amount of people that get, you know, that have reviewed me. So that's kind of nice. This here is my resume that I include with my stuff. So again, this is something I created on Pages, you know, very simple, just talking about my experience. And then this is something, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Breakthrough Broker, but it's a free site to agents, and it's great, gives a lot of good information. So this just kind of goes over with the seller what it is they can expect when they're selling. Okay.
What is that again, Sonia? What is that again? Can you explain that a little bit better?
This right here?
Yes.
Okay, this here is, it's the seller's roadmap. So if you go through breakthroughbroker.com, that is a site that's free to any real estate agent. And basically what it is it gives you free marketing. If you set up an account with them, all you do is complete your profile one time, and you can get all kinds of marketing, and it's in English and in Spanish.
So is it like flyers and things like that?
Yes, it's flyers, it's listing presentation, buyer presentations, marketing for social media, everything you can think of.
Do you use that a lot at breakthroughbrokers.com?
I do use it, but because being with RE/MAX, we have a lot of similar options. So I tend to sway towards RE/MAX a little bit more, but this is something I do go to as well.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So that's this. And now let's just say I'm in front of my client, or right now, if you have someone who says, you know what, can you tell me what my value is? And they want to do like a Zoom call with you, or you know, FaceTime or what have you. Then the other option on sharing this CMA, instead of doing PDF with them, I would do, this is what it says, view slideshow. I would select that one. Because remember, you're on the other side right now. So it's like you guys are my sellers, right? So if I was doing a presentation for you, this is what it would look like. So imagine you're the seller right now, and your agent is giving you
I'm sorry, which one did you use?
I'm sorry?
Which one did you choose?
Slideshow.
Slideshow? Oh, okay.
View slideshow right here. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so you would select slideshow instead of PDF. Okay, so let me go here. So this is where I'm at. I'm viewing my slideshow. So it's hi, you know, hi, Mr. Seller. I want to go over, you know, just kind of what your property looks like right now. So down here, if you notice, this is your legend. This is it. This is where you're going to maneuver this whole, you know, tour. So this just tells them a little bit about you, and then you go hit the arrow to go to the next page. So next page. So this page here is what it is it's showing them, this is your property here, and these are all the properties that are similar to yours. So if you want to click on one directly, like let's say they're like that one for 360 right there, you know, what did that one look like? So you just click on it and you tell them this one sold for 360, you know, it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,098 square feet. It closed in December 3rd. And then down here, again, you guys see where I'm circling? If you go hit the arrow down, it takes them to look at the picture. So now we could compare, and I can ask them, what upgrades do you have? Did you have this kind of flooring? Do you have new paint? You know, it looks like this person did this, did that, or what have you. So that way now we can see why they sold for that price, whether it's good or bad. See, do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So here you're interacting with them. And then it says that there's more photos. So if there is, you just continue to go down. So that way it shows there's, you know, what the backyard looked like and, you know, all that good stuff. You want to go back to the map, you just hit the house. House takes you home, okay? So then you go here. Well, if your home is listed here, there's one here for 388. Let's see what that one looks like. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1103. It's active since February 28th. Let's take a look to see what that one looks like on the inside. So now we can take a look and say, okay, you know what? Shame on this agent. Their pictures are horrible. This is why pictures are important, okay? So this is horrible, right? So you're going down here, you're looking, you're like, am I buying the house or the car? What am I buying, right? Or maybe it comes with the house, I don't know. So it's just, you know, here you are, you're being able to interact and go through each photo with your client. So that way it helps, you know, them get a better idea. So once you, again, here it takes you home. So what I like about this is you can click each one, talk about each one, and kind of go from there. When you want to move on from that, if you didn't want to do it individually, you can go next, and then it talks about sold homes. So there's 6 sold homes. So here they are. So you would just go through each one individually, you know, talking about them, maybe looking at the pictures, like I mentioned, you know, doing whatever you need to do to go over with them. And then here's the pending homes. And then you would go over, same thing, pending homes, you know, what it looks like. And then active homes, it's the same thing. So you're just going through them.
Right now, really?
Like I said, too bad these people don't put better pictures, but what do you do? So anyways, you get here, and then this is where you have the conversation with them, you know, like,
worry. Oh
so-
my God, I feel so
What?
bad.
what?
Who's talking?
I know. So this here is, this is where you're gonna talk about your average of comparables. You're gonna let them know, you know, so 6 properties sold, this is the average. Look at the price per square foot versus what's available and versus what's pending. So if you look at that, the homes that sold, they sold, you know, in 11 days, and they were at 328 a square foot. Now the homes obviously are taking a little bit longer to sell because they've been on the market 20 days average. You know, price per square foot's a little bit higher, but the pending went in 4 days, which is good. So again, you're going to talk about those different things, and it could have been, it could be because, you know, a variety
Did
of
that
reasons.
Chinese lady pay you or no?
They were in better condition or what have you. So then you just keep hitting the arrow back, and then again, now it shows you the analysis for them so they can see list price versus sold price, you know, right here. A couple people got more than what they were asking,
Are you worried?
and a couple people got a little bit less. And then again, it just shows here the days on market versus the price per square foot.
Yeah, money and everything.
And then next, this is the last thing that shows up, and it's up to you. You can tell, because they're going to ask you, well, so what do we do from here? So then here you would just let them know. You would, you know, first thing we would need to do is sign and complete the listing agreement. Then you can hop in actually into your presentation, you know, if you guys have one, to go over, you know, your presentation. So that way,
You know what?
you're able to, let me see, hold on a second. Let me mute everybody. Sorry, hold on.
I know, but what's your
I'm trying to
We
mic?
can all hear you guys, so whoever's not muted,
Yeah, whoever
calladas,
got the
por
Chinese,
favor.
can you please mute yourself?
I think I muted everybody. I think I muted everybody. So, okay. So this here is what you would go over with them, at the end. So you just talk about whatever it is that, you're going to do for them. And then, like I said, if you do have a presentation, then you can go in and hop into your presentation as well. And so then the next thing is here, it allows you to send them a full CMA, which would be a copy. You can send them the PDF, so that way they have all of that other information that's helpful for them. That way they're able to, to read it and view it at their leisure, and it gives a little bit more. So this presentation, when you're doing it like this interactively, it just gets to the, like they say, the meat and potatoes of the thing. You're not going over all kinds of other things. You're just getting to what they want to know. And it's what am I looking at? What's my value? And you're justifying it by, showing them, comps, and, it's all interactive, like I said, so you can move back, go forward. If you wanted to go back, you just hit the home here. If they ask you another question, like I said, this is your where you just need to get used to using, but it's really simple. You go up, down, side to side, or home. So, pretty standard there. The other thing, before I move on, hold on a second. Where are you guys at? let me unmute you guys real quick. Unmute all. Okay. So far, okay, so far,
That is a
does
really,
anyone have any questions?
that's a really great presentation, especially that you can go down and then show the pictures. I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, I really like it, because how many times do our sellers say, I want this, my neighbor sold for $350, but I want $380. And you're like, okay, let's talk about that, right? So, because they say, well, they didn't have this or they didn't have that, but then these pictures, a lot of times, when we show them the pictures, I mean, you're showing them facts. It doesn't lie. So it's kind of like, you're not, all you're doing is showing them, the truth. And yeah, we know the truth hurts sometimes. So does anyone have any questions before we move on?
Yes, I have a question. Outside of the templates that they provide for us, are we able to add an additional slides, say PowerPoint slides, or just, something additional?
In regard, when you're using interactive, that's all that's available right now. That it's just what I showed you. That's it. But
okay. Well, there was plenty to choose from.
All right, let me
Yeah,
work on
but
that menu.
if you did the PDF, you could add your custom pages, and that's under your profile settings is where you would add custom pages.
Yeah, my dad,
The other thing is, and I can show you like really quick, like let's just say, for instance, I don't know if I have it on here. Let me check really quick before I
regular. It
tell you that. Let me see something.
Sonia, I'm sorry, somebody else is talking and it's hard to.